West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
He must be rich, tall, handsome, from a respectable family. He must have a maid because at our home we do not work.
Conductor Masao.
Why? Overdolo byokusimu.
Yamunange, Auntie, your TV enkolera.
Enjoy a new world of entertainment with over 80 TV and radio channels, plus movies from wherever you are. Download the Yo TV Channels app from your app store and enjoy 30 days of free streaming with MTN.
Yo TV Channels, the power is in your hands.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Good morning. Welcome to that very long weekend. I want to welcome you for the show. My name is Amina, and this show runs daily from Monday to Friday. It's called The Business Bank, and in the show we do bring for you different personalities with different businesses in town. Are you stuck somewhere with your 20,000 or even 5,000 or even as low as 1,000 that you actually do not know which business to start with? Well, I would say that you should keep following us just on West Nile TV daily, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We bring for you different personalities that do share with us their stories in the business field. Well, let us first go for a break, and when we return, I'll be introducing to you our guest in the studio.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
That is the sound of Star Times. Easter 2 billion sharing an upgrade. Yes! Free upgrade for both weekly and monthly subscriber. 2 billion shillings worth of subscription, school fees and Easter hampers for sharing. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and get upgrade to the next bouquet automatically. Amazing content this Easter season will bring a smile to every member of your family. Family telenovela such as The Brothers Season 2, entertaining and educative kids channels, and endless football live from the best leagues around the world. Enjoy the most affordable Easter entertainment on Star Times.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
One always have to graduate from the campus and go and seek for a white-collar job. Well, you could as well create your own job. You could be a job creator, but rather a job seeker. With me in the studios is a very talented, very talented young lady. I would also as well call her a mother. The fashionista, one of our fashionistas in town, the lady behind these very looks. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Tell us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
My name is Amanyoho. I am a tailor in town. a designer. Most times people call it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did you start this work? I mean, what inspired you?
Well, I started this work when I was still a young girl. I graduated from campus. It's really been a long story. Like when I was growing up, I loved tailoring so much. I would, every time home, I would pick people's clothes, I stitch them up, I sew them, and every time I get home, I sew those clothes. And then as I grew up, I went to school, and then during my high school, I loved doing fine art, and then particularly clothes, and yeah. So my little son actually inspired me to start doing tailoring.
Wow.
Yeah, I was once in the village. I'm a school dropout. I was once a school dropout. I dropped out of school, and then I got a child. So I was so, being in the village, I was a poor girl. My child didn't have clothes to put on. So the experience I got when I was a little girl of stitching and so on, I could get my big attires. I cut them into pieces, and then I make for my son a shirt or a trouser to put on. Basically, it was because he didn't have anything to put on. So because of that, like people at
You
home.
got the interest.
Yeah, I got the interest.
Yes.
Actually, I didn't know that you
had the talent.
I had a talent in tailoring, but just because my son didn't have it, motivated me. I started stitching around, just using a thread and needle.
No.
Yeah. So
You're doing that local way of stitching.
yeah, that local
for
way
your
of stitching.
son because he lacked
clothes to put on. I actually would just use a razor blade because of my background of fine art. I just use a razor blade. I cut things and then I stitch them up, and then it comes out of the cloth. And then people around me started like, "Wow, Hope, why don't you do tailoring? Do you know that you have this skill in tailoring and so on?" So I was like, okay. There was a school nearby.
Okay.
And then I enrolled. Of course, I basically also didn't have tuition for the school. I only learned for 1 month. So from the 1 month, of course, I had to drop out because I could not afford the tuition.
Wait.
Yes.
Thank you. This actually reminds me, way back when you could discover your talent right from childhood.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
So your story has just reminded me of how we were growing up. I remember we would also get small clothes and we stitch them, but we would get banana. How do you call them? Those we
Banana
could call them
fibers?
banana babies.
Yes, yes, yes.
Those babies, so we could get them and we make clothes for them.
Yes.
And okay, it's really so amazing. But now, quick, take us to how you started up that shop, that tailoring shop in town. I just learned that you have been one of the busiest. You've been one of the busiest ladies in town, but you're in some kafunda that if not for someone who knows your artwork, you can't be found. So how did you get yourself established finally in the market?
Well, back then in the village, I made a cloth for someone. Then the person came to town. But eventually, I also came to stay in town. So this lady gets me on the way, and she's like, "You." She was actually with other ladies, and she's like, "You know the other dress I was putting on? It was Hope who made it for me." So they were like, "Wow, that was a very beautiful dress. Hope, come home and make for us." I didn't even have myself a machine by then, but they had their own machine. So I went back I went to their home. I made clothes actually for the whole family, and then they would ask me, how much can we pay you? I was like, I don't know. That's what I could say. I was like, I don't know, because all I knew was I wanted to learn. I wanted to know this tailoring more. So I made, and they went to church, and they started spreading the gospel. So I was staying home. Eventually, people started following me up to home. They would come with their attires, and then they tell me, Hope, come and make for me ABCD. I said, okay, I would make it from home. But then, by that time, I had enrolled in school. I was doing social work and social administration.
Swasa.
Yes, I was
Which
doing
school was
Swasa.
that?
Uganda Christian University.
Arua campus?
Arua campus.
Okay.
Yes. And then at the same time, I would tailor. So eventually, people started knowing me. People would come home. My home was crowded. And then I was like, wow. Since home is crowded, I cannot stay at home. So let me go out in town and also find myself a place. So some of my friends were in town, so I went to ask for a place from them. And then they told me, you can rent our veranda. That's where I started from. I was renting a machine by then at 5,000 shillings. So I would also pay 5,000 Ugandan
5,000 shillings.
Yes.
Every day?
No, per month.
Oh my gosh.
That is where I started. Of course, I was not financially stable by then.
So you could actually rent a machine, 5,000?
Yes.
Monthly?
Monthly.
Okay.
Yeah, that is where I started from. Yes, because I didn't have anything yet.
Yes.
And then they told me, our veranda, you're going to rent it at 30,000. I was like, how am I going to get this 30,000? I'm still new in town. People don't know me. So I was like, but I was so confident in me that I will make this money.
You'd make it.
Yes.
Yes.
So that confidence really made me to sit there. And then, okay, before I started sitting there, I already graduated from campus. I couldn't sit home and just look for a job.
I know.
I told myself, no,
so you have to create your own job.
Yes, I created my own job. So eventually people started looking for me from home, but they could not find me. Then they started coming to town, and people started liking me. Like every piece I would make, I find people screaming. Even they would scream like, wow, Hope, this is what I wanted. I focus so much on details so much. I always want to bring it out. Yes. So that is how I got myself in town, and that is how so many people started knowing me and coming. I do weddings, I do casual wears, I do office wears, I do actually basically everything. Yeah.
I just thank you so much for that piece. You're a mother,
Yes.
so I know we all know how hectic
Yes.
Tailoring work can be.
Yes.
Sometimes you even find yourself not eating. You don't even have that time to eat, to feed, because you're very busy. This customer is on you so tight, the other is on you, like, so how do you balance your home, I mean the children, and then your work?
Well, I am a very early riser. I wake up so early in the morning. By 5, I'm already up. Of course, I prepare the kids.
The first cock crow.
Yes, I'm already up.
Okay.
I prepare the kids, and the kids really go to school very early in the morning. So it gives me enough time to come to work very early. And then I do a lot of work. Then I work till late. One thing is, I'm a very hardworking person. Most of my time, I am at my workplace. That is how I balance. And then I also go home. I still do my duties as a mother. We do homework. Now I've specialized maybe on the Sundays is when I cook for them as a mother, because they have to eat what their mother cooks. Yes. So that is how I really balance my time.
Okay.
Yes.
This is wonderful. And you tailors, you are annoying. Sometimes you're so annoying. I mean, but the good thing, okay, how do you manage that pressure? How do you manage that pressure, especially during the the festives. Yes. It's like always too much, but one thing, you also don't speak the truth. You can't say that I'm busy. You keep taking orders and orders and orders, and before you know it, you're so fixed. The pressure is too much. Someone is there all over you. Even how do you manage that pressure? Even there was a time I witnessed a saga of a tailor with a client that like they got that man. They were fighting. Like, you started lying to me since the other day. So why do you like saying that come at such a time? But when that person comes, the stuff is, how do you cope up with that pressure?
Well, as a business person, I love my job. That's the truth. I love my job. I was trained. I told you I'm a social worker, and then I know how to handle people. If somebody has the pressure, definitely you have to be calm. So I be calm, and then, but above all, I make sure I really do their work. I come very early. Even at times, I sleep at my workplace because I have to make sure the client's work is being delivered. You see, I am result-oriented. Okay. I work extra hours beyond my usual time. Yes. Especially during festives and so on. So that, yeah, festives, there are also those pressures of weddings and introductions. There I also go extra mile and I work extra hours.
So you actually do party?
Yeah, I do parties, I do introductions, I do weddings, I do wedding for maids, I even do wedding gowns, yeah?
Wedding gowns?
Yes.
Made in Arua?
Yes, made in Arua. Actually, 2 weeks ago, that was the last time I made my wedding gown. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
A very wonderful piece there from our own fashionista in town, none other than Lady Hope. For those who are looking for tailors, for super tailors, you have to look no further. You will get, of course, in touch with us right here at West Nile TV, and we will give you the locations to her shop, and you find yourself something wonderfully made. So we should actually draw examples from her story. You shouldn't with anything you can start something. With anything you can start something, as long as you do have that passion. Not necessarily after your graduation that you should go and start looking for white-collar jobs. You could create your own job. So let us first go for a short commercial break. When we return, she's going to tell us the type of clothes that she meant, and I mean the fashions.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Chinayu whether it is Katogo, Chikomando, Rolex Majasa to Nyanya Mbisi. Man, wherever I am, I enjoy Chinayu with your TV channels on my phone.
Enjoy a new world of entertainment with over 80 TV and radio channels, plus movies from wherever you are. Download the Yo TV Channels app from your app store and enjoy 30 days of free streaming with MTN.
Yo TV Channels, the power is in your hands.
That is the sound of Star Times. Easter 2 billion sharing an upgrade. Yes. Free upgrade for both weekly and monthly subscriber. 2 billion shillings worth of subscription, school fees and Easter hampers for sharing. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and get upgrade to the next bouquet automatically. Amazing content this Easter season will bring a smile to every member of your family. Family telenovela such as The Brothers Season 2, entertaining and educative kids channels, and endless football live from the best leagues around the world. Enjoy the most affordable Easter entertainment on Star Times.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Welcome back from that break. For those who have just joined us, this is Business Bank with your host, Minala, and this show runs daily from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And in this particular show, we do bring for you different personalities in the business sector, even those with the lowest business, not just the big business heads. So we bring for you these personalities with us in the studios, and they do share with us their different stories of how they started their business and how they have ended up to be where they are. Well, with me in the studios is Madam Hope. She's one of the tailors in town, and she has talked a lot about her career. She has given us a story on how she has become today. So for you can as well follow us on all our social media platforms. Tweet at West Nile TV. You can follow us at Twitter, West Nile TV, or you can also go to our Facebook page, and as well as YouTube. We're also on your TV. So for those who are not having StarTimes decoder, you can as well go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download yourself a StarTimes app and stream us live from the comfort of your room. So, Madam Hope, you're so most welcome. And before we would actually showcase one of your designs, of course, one of which is this one that I've put on. I'm looking so beautiful. So, made by you. This is really so amazing. This is office. You could choose to do office, but in an African print, just the way you see how I look. She's the designer behind it. So without looking no further, yeah, Madam Hope, we believe that in every business there are challenges. So what challenges have you faced in this sector? How have you coped up with the competitors, all that?
Well, thank you so much. There are challenges that we face. With my competitors, I have overcome it by always doing my best. I love details. I always make sure I do my best and I do quality. I do what the customer always asks me to do. That is how I've overcome the challenge with competitors. But then
being creative.
Yeah, I am.
You do beyond your talent.
I am so creative. So industrious. I love new things. I love discovering new things, and yeah. So,
you love exploring.
Yeah, I love exploring. And then another challenge that I have faced as an individual in the business is space. You know, this place in town, most of the houses are small, and the bigger ones are very expensive that somebody cannot really afford, because I also do trainings. I train people. So this has really forced me to get another room somewhere which is not close to my workplace. That has really been a very big challenge, because I have to balance my workshop and I balance where the students are, which is quite far, and yet we are supposed to all be in the same place. They equally have to see what I am doing, and then
they copy from you.
Yes, they copy from me. But just because of that challenge of space, how I've overcome it is by I just have to commit myself. I go there, I teach, then I have to come back, just like that. Then another challenge is, of course, the financial bit. You know, I have my vision. I am very ambitious.
Okay.
I really love to grow this thing and make it bigger. So I really need enough bigger space. I am looking at employing more and more people in this industry because we need to do manufacturing, even just from West Nile here.
This is beautiful.
Yes. Because of finances, you know, you cannot get all the machines that you want for working. You cannot maybe get this very big space like for industry or manufacturing. But I'm hoping that someday this has to really come to pass because we are people of West Nile. So greatness has to come from West Nile. I am a person from West Nile. I am not going to go away from West Nile. With all this talent that I have to put it in West Nile. Yes. So I am looking at having a bigger manufacturing place in West Nile. Yeah, people buy ready-mades from other places, but we can do this from here. Okay. I have my students I've trained so much. I can employ them. I can give them better opportunities, you know, because another challenge is that whenever you train people, you know, as tailors, many people have done tailoring.
Yes.
Many people have done tailoring, and they are not focused somehow. They lose it up because they don't have maybe clients. Maybe they don't have space for doing this tailoring. But yeah, that has really been a challenge for me. I see, because I am a trainer, I see this. You've trained these people. They are now unemployed because they don't have space and so on. I was now thinking, why can't I put a very big space? You give people jobs, you know. You give people jobs to do and so on. So finances, I'll get that finances, and I'm hoping for that, and maybe put something big
hopefully
here.
You'll get,
hopefully,
because
yeah.
Like just your name.
Yes.
So there are these women initiatives, you know.
Yes.
There are these women initiatives, poverty eradication program, that one of the government.
Yes.
You could actually ally with rightful people.
Yes.
And they like supporting this. They like supporting young women.
Yes.
They like supporting young women. She just said she's a job creator, but then she also wants to be an employer. This is so beautiful. You know, most times people think tailoring is just, it's for the uneducated, it's for the, I mean, they undermine it. But trust me, this is something that can actually help you even generate more than what you think. For instance, during my wedding time, my changing dress almost costed us like 800. The first fabric, you can bear that with me. Yes. That witness you can bear with me. Yes. So the first fabric, the inner, there are actually like 4 fabrics. So by the time the labor came out, it was, we are ringing to 800 something. Even my husband was like, so now for you're telling me your changing dress is 800,000. Is that changing dress coming with the food for the guests? Because it was really so expensive. But well, when you look at the dress, when you look at the finished work, you just say that this money deserves to go where it is right. So those clothes, we shouldn't always rely so much on the first clothes. So like for you do everything. I can be a witness, because I remember even my maids, we on pressure, you had to come and do the finishing. I had to travel to Kampala because I thought they were the best tailors, you know, but I was disappointed, and I'm really so grateful because it was you who did the finishing work. So look no further. We have these fashionistas in town. Support your own. Give boost to the businesses like she just did, you know. So take us to the fashions. So you can actually do all this?
I can do all that. I can do all that. I love doing details. Whatever you bring for me, I always do it the way it is. Actually, that's one of the things that makes me a bit different and a bit unique, because I concentrate so much on details. I always want to bring it out the way it is.
I actually remember you one time told me that you're like, bring for me challenging things. Yeah. You also bring for me challenging things.
I love challenge. I love new things. I love new things. I love discovering. Yeah, I always, whatever you bring for me, trust me, it will come out the way you want it.
That is creativity.
Yes, yes.
And by the one thing you can also you can strategize yourself, whether be it in the business sector or even at your workplace, is creativity. What is that unique thing that you do that someone cannot do apart from you? You know, so most times such skills, wherever you're hidden, you know, even if you're doing it at the backyard of your house, trust me, people will always go look for you. Things like creativity, let me even say, even be it in the white collar jobs, even in the offices. So things to do with the saloon, you know, the clothings. So someone will be like, wow, who did this for you? You know? So they always go and look for you. And what do I mean here? I'm talking about creativity. Be able to do something that is unique. Be able to do something that sells you. Something that you do that you know very well, no any other person can do, you know? Even if it is speaking English, speak your best. Even if it is, even if you're a camera person, do best shots, beat the rest. So that's one thing. That's one way you're going to rise. Yes. So we are still on our fashions here. So these ones are for which day? Because I hear there are specific days that you put on this particular what dresses. I might end up dressing like this and I go for a funeral, and then before you know, people are stoning me. They say that you have actually come, you know, to mock us.
Oh, okay.
So
this world is becoming. Okay, people are getting to learn new things. It's a world of modernity. People say modernity. Yeah, people come up with their I have some clients who come up with their own fashions, like they draw for me. Hope I want this, and I always do it. So it doesn't matter, like which day you really want a particular dress. You know, I'll always do it for you. I'll always do it for you the way you want it.
But then there's also this scenario. Someone brings the fashion to you that you know, you make for me this. You make for me this. But you end up coming up with your own thing. You disappoint. So what do you normally do to such clients? You get another cloth and mend for them again, or you harmonize things?
Well,
one actually did for me like that, but I was like, she was like, okay, let me buy for you another cloth. I was like, it's okay, let's just leave it there. But it was my worst day, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I am a bit sensitive to
customer orders.
Customer orders. I am a bit sensitive. I take records of everything. So there is no way I am going to go out of your fashion. That one, I have never done it. Actually, I have been in tailoring like for around 10 years now, over 10 years, yes. But no one has ever come to me or complained that this is not what I wanted. No. No, it has never happened, because I am so sensitive to fashions. I always want it to come the way you want.
Okay.
Yes.
Our studio lines are going to be open for those who want to ask a fashionista Hope any sort of question. You can actually call in the studio lines, and you will give us your queries, and then we will get to talk about it. Now, she just talked about how she started her business. She only started with, in fact, she started with mending. It was a sad story in the beginning, how she started by mending clothes for her clothless son, and later the whole thing gave her that inspiration. I mean, that motivation to actually start whatever she's doing today. Now, I'm going to ask Madam Hope how tailoring has actually put her to, how has this benefited her? I mean, the capital base, perhaps. Let's break a bit. We take it back to our clients. When we return, we're going to be talking about that bit of how the tailoring has benefited her, and maybe a piece of advice to our viewers.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
That is the sound of Star Times. Easter 2 billion sharing an upgrade. Yes. Free upgrade for both weekly and monthly subscriber. 2 billion shillings worth of subscription, school fees and Easter hampers for sharing. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and get upgrade to the next bouquet automatically. Amazing content this Easter season will bring a smile to every member of your family. Family telenovela such as The Brothers Season 2, entertaining and educative kids channels, and endless football live from the best leagues around the world. Enjoy the most affordable Easter entertainment on Star Times.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Welcome back, and this is Business Bank with your host Minala. This show runs daily from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., showcasing different business heads in town, people who come and give us their inspirational stories in the field of business. Some even have started with 1,000. There's no small money. Every money is money. So people that you see in town with bigger, I should even mention the bigger shops, with these ones with the flats, you know, you'd wonder how they started. But even some of them actually started like this. So back to our host in the studios, Madam Hope, do you as well do for the men, or it's just women?
No, I cut across.
You do this too?
Yes, I do that. I do that.
Hey, the Igwe, you can even do the Igwe.
Yes, I do that.
So why should we travel to places to go and work on our consular clothes if actually you can do this?
I do that. That is why it is there. I cut across children.
Wow.
I do children. I do ladies. I do women.
Even these two?
All.
Huh. West Nile TV, you have fashions for you here. We need to look good.
Yeah. I do that. Yeah, I do that all.
So, how do you place your meter? You know, how do you call this?
That's a tape measure.
How do you place your tape measure on men? Men can disturb.
Yeah, men can
disturb. That gender.
Yeah, I know they can disturb, but of course, when you're measuring someone, definitely you have to be sensitive about certain areas.
Okay.
You know, yeah, especially about when you're measuring their hips.
Okay.
You really have to be sensitive.
Do men have hips?
Yes, they have hips. They have hips. They have their waists. They have their busts. They have so many things. Okay. But then when you're measuring them, you have to be sensitive about certain areas. Also, this applies to the men when they're measuring ladies. We also have our sensitive areas.
I tell you.
We have our breasts. We have our bums. And so really, when you're doing it, you have to be very careful. And that is one thing I always like teaching my students about. I'm like, you're going to deal with human beings. Please, as you're measuring, don't fall. Sometimes you can measure and you people can fall down, you know?
Yes.
Because you're touching someone's sensitive areas and so on. But then, yeah, you have to be critical when you're doing that.
How true is the statement that men actually enjoying taking measurements from ladies? Is it true? And when it's their fellow men, they're always not fine with it. Is that true?
It depends. I think that depends on really who is taking your measurement and so on. Okay. But if you know that you're at your workplace and you're doing your work, definitely you'll stop having feelings or having emotions towards someone. You'll just do your work as your work. But it's even very natural that like poles, you know.
Like poles repel,
and like poles attract.
and like poles attract.
Yeah. So
This reminds
it's
me
there.
of my teacher in
Yes.
high school. God forbid, of course, I won't mention him here.
Yes.
He was a mathematics teacher. This same thing of measurements, men measuring women, women measuring men. That gentleman, like, when he was always marking our books, like, you see this one doing on our boobs, you know? Something awkward, something awkward. So it is one intimidation, I should say, in work. So we just talked about how anyway. It's really not good, man. It's not good. When these women come to you, please do your part. Do your part. Do the measurements. The unreachable points, please do not. So, yes, Madam Hope, where has this tailoring thing taken you? Where are you up to today?
Well,
I mean, your family, how has it benefited you?
Well, tailoring has benefited me in so many ways. First of all, I love my work.
Yes.
I love my tailoring work. That's why ever since I graduated, I've never
practiced that career.
I don't think I've even ever used that paper.
Oh my God.
No, I've never used it for
but
applying
you're
anywhere.
more than even people using the paper.
I've not thought about going to look for a job somewhere. So tailoring from the other part of life of not really having anything, it has brought me to, I can afford food, you know, my daily food I can afford. I pay my children in school. I have a roof over me.
Wow.
It is all out of tailoring. And I told you I started by renting a machine at 5,000 shillings.
Yes.
But right now I am
Finally,
training
the
students. I am training students and I have my own equipment, you see, though I wanted to make it bigger.
Okay.
Yes, I want to make it bigger, especially in West Nile. Yes, I want to make it bigger, not really in West Nile. My products have to be West Nile, Uganda, East Africa. I mean, all over the world. I need to think big.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't say tailoring is bad. It has really brought me somewhere. Yeah.
We all understand how hectic this sector is.
Yes.
So at one point you get so close to your work that you even forget about your family. How do you balance marriage and this work? Because there are times that even you're tempted to sleep over.
Yes.
Hey, how does he take you up?
Well, that's a story for another day. But for now, I am single and yeah, with my children, that's all.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I've not had that other life of, you know. Yeah.
Marriage and work.
Yeah.
There are these husbands that even misbehave.
Yes.
They would even end up following these women right to their workplaces and, you know, fights and what, things like that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. Yeah, actually, that happened sometimes.
Destroys the machines.
Yeah, destroying, you know, the machines,
tells you
chasing away customers, you know, pack and go, what are you doing here? It is really very challenging, especially for the women.
Yeah.
But I would think they should really balance their times well. Please, talk to your man. Maybe you talk to your man, explain to him. If he doesn't trust, let him come and take care of you at your workplace. Yeah? Let him sit there and see whatever you're doing. If he wants to sleep over with you, let him sleep over with you.
Yeah, you can even be doing the measurements.
Yes.
So don't you think it's a very nice thing to empower a woman, your wife, or a woman just?
It is very important.
Than for her to sit there home and wait for everything right on the silver plate.
Yeah, it is really very important to empower a woman, especially. You know, there are these young girls who have got a lot of challenges in life. Yeah, they've got a lot of challenges. Of course, when you're growing up, there are moments in life when you mess around. You know, the world shouldn't really cramp on you. But I would encourage people to empower women. Because at some point you'll need this woman's help.
You will?
Yeah, you will. There are certain moments in life when, as a man, you cannot be having everything, you see, everything.
Life changes.
Life changes.
Yes.
Now, with skills, especially with skills, if you have it in your hand, Trust me. Unless maybe when you die is when now you will lose it, you see. But with skills, you'll always have it, and then you will always have your skills in your hands. You will have to do your job. Wherever you're going with your job.
Yes.
You will have money every time.
You will.
Yes,
sure.
Yes. You're not waiting for money maybe monthly or what, but you have it.
Yes. We are giving back to the producers, and when we return, she's going to give us a little bit of advice to whoever is actually interested in this sector, or to whoever is there stranded on what to do. So must you always study and graduate and you know, get a white-collar job? You could start something for yourself. So she's going to give us a tip. She's actually going to give a piece of advice to our audience, whether be it men, even women. So like they say, what a man can do, a woman can do. What a woman can do, a man can do. So when we return, she's actually going to give us that piece of advice, something that you can draw examples from. And of course, her location for those who would need her services, would where to find her. Let us first give it back to the producers. Good morning.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
He must be rich, tall, handsome, from a respectable family. He must have a maid because at our home we do not work.
Conductor Masao.
Why? Obadde olobye ku ssimu?
Yamunange, anti your TV enkolera.
Enjoy a new world of entertainment with over 80 TV and radio channels, plus movies from wherever you are. Download the Yo TV Channels app from your app store and enjoy 30 days of free streaming with MTN.
Yo TV Channels, the power is in your hands.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Catch us all on our social media platforms at West Nile TV, Twitter, and of course we also on Facebook. You can just go to your search button and you type West Nile TV and you will see our logo. And of course we are as well on Yo TV and YouTube. Do stream live your own local content from home. Back to our host in the studios, Madam Hope. What do you tell us? I want to go and do tailoring now. You are not like this. Even you've added weight, you're all glowing. Something is good there. Share me that secret.
Well, what I can say is,
yes,
everyone should realize their potential. We have different talents maybe that God has given us. We should realize it. Don't go and do tailoring because you've seen
so did it.
That's why you see so many people doing tailoring, and then at the end of the day, they don't practice it. They're like, this is the hardest thing. But when you discover, when you discover something that you're all up to, it is good for you.
Yes.
Yes. But I would also encourage very many people to join tailoring because it is good. Once you sit, you'll find that the sun has already set. And then girls out there, please, let's not lose hope in life. We have a future. Yeah, we have a future. Even the young girls, I encourage them so much to have to do something by themselves. Even the women, let's not sit at home. Let's come out.
And be a goalkeeper.
Yeah, we shouldn't be goalkeepers. Let's come out. We have hands.
You be a goalkeeper, he'll go there and get a player. Now you start crying. So do something for yourself. Do something that can also scare him. That, my wife. Okay, be a threat to your man, you know. Be a threat to your man in whatever field. That uniqueness you carry matters a lot. These are fabrics, so how do we get these fabrics, these African prints?
Well, I have many of them at my shop. I love picking them from the market myself because I always make the best choices. You can see them. They are
How
really
do you call
good.
this?
That is...
The tie and dye?
No, that is batik.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you call it?
So, batik, yeah.
How about this?
That is wax.
Kitenge?
Yeah, that is wax.
I'm also seeing this here.
Yeah. These are all wax, real wax.
This one could actually be good on men.
Yeah.
This wale or Ghana something.
Yeah, it's good. You can even use it for blending such a plain material. Yes.
Yeah. Even for Kwanjula.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, especially for your introductions and so on.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about this? This one feels
soft.
Yeah.
It's very soft and nice. It feels good on the body.
Do they carry the same price?
No, they have different prices.
This one should be of a higher price.
Yeah.
So how do I know this one is good, this is not worthy, before going to the market and they dupe me? There's this one they call away.
Yeah, because of course now their textures,
their
textures are different and their prices are different.
The cooler the texture, the higher the price.
Yeah, the higher the price.
This is so... this is really beautiful. This is beautiful. And this is right coming from our own. Thank you so much, Madam Hope, for this amazing beat. You've really made the show so interesting. Where can we find you in case we need your services, your location, maybe even how to get you in case someone is away?
Yes,
a phone number maybe?
Yeah, I am located at the corridor of Equity Bank. And my business name is Oops Fashions Kitchen. Why it's a kitchen is there are a lot of activities there.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm located there and my telephone number is 0789 752 and 700. I'm always available. Yeah, that's where you can get me.
Maybe a repeat on the cell phone number?
0789
700.
Yes.
You can also reach her through West Nile TV, or you just get in touch with me and I take you right to her location. Hope you've learned something. You have learned something from this. That talent of yours, do not sleep on it. That instinct, that thing that tells you that one day I'll be a superstar, rise up and follow it. You can say that, by that I can also make something nice without going for that thing. So thank you so much for the show, and we are doing this again tomorrow with another interesting business that you wouldn't really afford to miss. So tomorrow you catch us again with the same program and your same host. I remain Minala, and the same time, of course, the program will normally start from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and it showcases the different business heads in town. So we do bring for you different inspirational stories that you can actually draw examples from. Thank you so much for your time. Please do not go away from your TV, as more interesting segments are coming right your name. right your way. My name is Minala. Bye-bye.